Hello, you beautiful tea minds. Meditation is a beautiful way to bring satisfaction and happiness and joy into your life. But is really just shutting down the mind and accepting everything the way it is sufficient to bring a profound experience of satisfaction and joy? Most 20th century self-help books define 4 areas in which you need to create balance in order to find true satisfaction. And those 4 areas are your body, the physical, your brain, the mind, your heart, the emotional, and your spirit, the etherical. And there are few practices that actually allow you to train in all these 4 areas at the same time. But from experience, I can fully say that tea ceremony is perhaps the only practice that allows you to train as well your body, as your mind, as your heart, as well as your spirit. Perhaps you're not even surprised if I sometimes refer to the tea chamber as the gym of the spirit. That is because by simply practicing the tea ceremony, you direct your energies in such a way that it balances your spirit. Simply the practice of tea ceremony itself puts you in contact with timeless and universal values and principles that are nourishing for a healthy spirit. But of course, a healthy spirit alone you cannot train. So a healthy spirit does not come about without balance in the other 3 areas as well. The tea ceremony also trains and nourishes the heart. Simply the practice of tea ceremony itself generates a deep sense of gratitude, not only for the people that you are sharing the tea chamber with, but for existence in its entirety. The famous expression Ichigo Ichie captures this notion beautifully. Every moment needs to be cherished because life is limited. Practicing tea ceremony is essentially a way to cultivate this state of mind and to be able to bring up that gratitude during every moment, every encounter, every opportunity that you are being granted in this life simply because you are alive. Tea ceremony is an expansive practice that incorporates, with some exceptions, almost the entire body of Japanese culture and traditions. Learning any other practice will hardly give you the same opportunity to trigger your intellectual curiosity in the same way as tea ceremony does. Training in tea ceremony facilitates learning about Japanese culture, natural happenings, seasonal observances, the entire body of arts and crafts, literature, and so much more. Tea ceremony is also highly physical, as it requires diligent practice in codified physical movements. It takes diligent practice to master the motions so that you can control your body in such a way that when you execute the movements, it doesn't seem forced at all, but rather natural. In fact, the practice of tea ceremony, the movements that you do, should actually become natural. And when your movements become natural, that is only because you have attained balance and mastery in all the 4 areas that we've just talked about. So as you can see with tea ceremony, we work on all the 4 areas at the same time. And we try to figure out a way so that it is balanced and becomes that beautiful whole. So that your physical execution becomes natural because all the rest of your areas are balanced as well. And that your spirit becomes balanced because everything is in alignment with each other. But we shouldn't forget that the goal of tea ceremony really is not mastery of something at all. The goal of tea ceremony really, the purpose of tea ceremony, is practice itself. It is like going to the gym. Simply going to the gym a few times is not enough to maintain your physique. You need to continuously go every day to keep up that body structure, that physique that you want to have. The same goes for tea ceremony. The practice needs to be continued so that you can continue to fuel and nourish that pure, elegant, and grateful state of being. So the true purpose of training in tea ceremony lies in continuously practicing the tradition itself, rather than in becoming able to do a demonstration or an execution of a service, because it is not a show. The end result is not necessarily the goal. The goal is an inner state of balance that we wish to nourish and create through practicing the tea ceremony. And the result of that is an elegant, well-structured and beautiful execution of the service of tea. So in short, it needs to be trained, it needs to be maintained. And don't miss tomorrow's video, because in tomorrow's video I will show you how beautiful really the result of a balanced body, mind, heart and spirit truly is. So stay tuned and see you tomorrow.